Hello everybody, my name is Christina Coney and welcome to my channel. I thought it would be a really helpful and fun idea to make a step-by-step guide on how to apply your makeup and train in a similar way to the way professionals like makeup artists do. And I know there are no rules to makeup and you should feel inspired and creative while you're doing it, but I also know it's nice to have just some guidelines to follow, especially if you're new at this or if you just want to perfect your technique. If you like the look that I created, if you enjoy the content as much as I enjoyed preparing it for you, please subscribe to my channel and also know that I can do these videos in Spanish. So if you would like to see that, just leave me a comment in the section below and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see whenever I upload more videos. With that said, let's start applying our makeup step by step and training like a pro. Today's makeup application is going to be, as you know, a step-by-step process on how to apply your makeup. But what I'm going to do just to keep things simple is I'm going to divide it into two groups. We're going to do our face makeup application and then the steps for our eye makeup application. Also, to achieve the look today, I'm going to be using a set of brushes that I purchased not too long ago. They're from the company BK Beauty. The creator and founder of this company is a YouTuber and makeup artist. Her name is Lisa J. And she just made the most beautiful brushes that when you use them, you can totally see that these brushes were created by a makeup artist because they all have a specific purpose and they just fit perfectly on the eye area and they contour beautifully to the face. So I'll leave the link to BK Beauty in the description box below so you can head on over to BK Beauty and see what it's all about. Now we are actually going to go right into step number one. My step number one is going to be to apply my foundation. I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation in shade 6. And I'm just going to apply it to the back of my hand and put it on the places of my face where I need more coverage. It's with my finger. And I like to go in with a light hand first. So during the day, my makeup doesn't look too heavy or I don't have any texture showing up that I don't want showing up during the day. So it's nice to go in with light hand. And then if you need more, then apply more. I'm going to start applying it right in the middle and working my way back. Step number two is going to be to apply my concealer. For that, I'm going to be using the Magic Away concealer from Charlotte Tilbury also, and this is in shade 4 Fair. This is a very light concealer, so you really don't have to worry about it making your under eye look dry or any texture showing up, because this really is more of a lightweight concealer and it has a decent amount of coverage. And for that, I'm going to be blending it in with just this little small damp sponge. For my powder, I'm going to be using the BK Beauty 102 powder. When you pick up your powder with it, it doesn't pick up too much powder where you're going to have that very powdery effect on your face. No, it picks up just the right amount. And for that, I'm going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Finish, also by Charlotte Tilbury, in shade 1. And I'm going to apply the powder to the center of my face, to wherever I would get greasy or my makeup could start breaking up during the day. I'm going to apply it wherever I have some pores showing up, that this will totally camouflage that. Apply it wherever I seem too shiny and underneath my eyes to just make sure I don't get any creasing in that area. My following step is going to be to apply a little bit of bronzer. And I'm going to be using for that my Filmstar Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Fair to Medium. To apply my bronzer, I'm gonna be using the BK Beauty 103. And I'm going to apply my bronzer where I want to contour the face. So I'm gonna use it right underneath my cheekbones to create that look of a higher cheekbone. I'm gonna use it on my hairline. I don't have a very big forehead, but I like creating that warmth in that area. I'm gonna put it right here under my chin because I do have a very pointy chin. Although my face is small, I have a pointy chin. And I'm gonna use it right here on the sides of my nose. You could even do this with a smaller brush, but I'll just go in right with my brush because this bronzer is not that dark where I'm gonna create a harsh line. And you can just see how the face has that warmth to it that it didn't have before. Now I am going to apply as my next step a highlighter. The highlighter that I'm going to be using, like I showed you, is from the Filmstar Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm just going to take my BK Beauty 104 brush and I'm going to apply highlighter on all the places I would have light projecting from if light was hitting me. So I'll apply it on all the high points of my face, right over my brows, over my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, on my chin. I could put it on my Cupid's bow, and you can see how that just gives the skin such a pretty glow. The following steps will be to apply my blush, and I'm going to be using the Flower Pots Powder Blush from Flower Beauty in Sweet Pea. It's very pretty. And I'm going to be using for that the BK Beauty 104. And the way to apply blush, if you're ever insecure on how to do it, is you just smile and apply it to the apples of your cheeks and work your way back. Isn't that a pretty blush? It's so pretty. And it matches me so well. Okay, a little bit more. We are basically done with our face application. Wasn't that easy? So now we're going to start applying our eye makeup. For my first step of applying eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 201 crease brush. As you can see, it's nice and fluffy, so it'll really diffuse that transition color that I'm going to be applying first. And as a transition color, I'm going to be using from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I'm going to be using Orange Soda, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to use that as a very soft base for my transition color. And remember, when you're applying your eyeshadow, where you put your brush first, that's where you're going to receive the most amount of color. And I'm just going to go back and forth, bring it a little bit down to the lid. See, that color has like a mustard kind of orangey color, and I wanted that just so I could create like a halo around my transition area. And now I'm gonna use from the Persona Identity palette, I'm going to use the shade Charming. I'm gonna intensify that transition color with this shade Charming. To do that, I'm gonna be using the BK Beauty 202. It's also a crease brush, but it has a little bit more of a tapered point, as you can see. So if your eyes are smaller or you just want to intensify the crease a bit, this brush, as you can see, it's a little bit smaller and more tapered. So with this, I'll get like a more precise application. Go right in to my crease and start building that outer V or that outer corner. It's called that way because you're actually making a V shape with your shadow. And all you do is connect it right down to your eyelashes. I'm going to do the same on the other side. We're going to use the shade Audacious from the Identity palette, which is this shade right here. It looks a lot more orange in the monitor than it actually is. It's more of a rust shade. And I'm going to even intensify a bit more my outer V. And so if you can see, while I'm applying it, and I'm going like almost not all the way into the middle of my lid, but maybe like just a little bit close to the middle without getting to the middle, right where my eyeball is, as you can see. I'm gonna go up to there because I don't want my eyes to look too small. Actually, I want them to look bigger, and the darker the color, the smaller your eyes will look, and that's not what I want. So I actually just want this color to stay right there. I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm not really, as you can see, I'm not really moving that color around or going back and forth. I'm just patting it in that place because that's where I want it to stay. And now I'm not going to apply any more product to the regular crease brush. I'm just going to blend out a bit the edges so they don't look too harsh. My next step in the eye process is to apply a color to the center of my eyelid. And for that, I'm going to use the BK Beauty 203 brush, and I'm going to apply Seductive. Seductive is this color that's right here. And now for the inner corner, I'm going to apply a bit of this tone that's right here. It's called Sassy. I think it appears a lot lighter than it actually is on the monitor. And just a little bit because they're very pigmented. And for my brow bone color, I'm going to be using the BK Beauty 205, and I'm going to put a little bit of Humble on it. Now we're going to go to our bottom lashes. To do our bottom lashes, we are going to basically use the colors that we applied on our eyelids. The first color that we are going to use is Charming. I'm going to put it to my lower lash line. If you don't know or are feeling insecure on how low you should go while applying your eyeshadow or your eyeliner under your lashes, just use your eyelashes as your guide. Don't go any lower than the length of your lashes, if that makes any sense. I also like kind of bring it up just to have more of that like blown out kind of look. I'm going to also be applying with my BK Beauty 204 smudger brush. So I'm going to put Audacious also on my lower lash line. I'm going to intensify this a little bit more using a bit of Fearless. And I'm going to just apply this also to my lower lash line. Just like on the outer part of it, because I don't want my eyes to look too small. And I'm gonna blend that out with the smudger brush. There, my lower lashes are basically done. Now I'm going to be applying a little bit of eyeliner to my upper lashes. If when you're applying your eyeliner, you don't know, like if you want to make a little baby wing or just have a little bit of a line come out further than your lash line, all you have to do is use your lashes as a guide. So if your lashes come down to here and your lower lash line meets them, that's where you'll make your line. We're basically done with our eyes. My next step is going to be to do my eyebrows, and for that I am using the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade 4.5, and I'm taking care of my crazy eyebrows because my eyebrows certainly need to be tamed and catered to and trimmed more often than I'd like. They grow very fast. I used to joke about it with my clients how if I did not maintain my eyebrows on a daily basis, or at least once or twice a week, I mean, like if a month would go by, I could definitely just let my eyebrows grow and brush them back and they'd be bangs. Yep. That's how they are. Okay, eyebrows are done. And now I'm going to go to my next step, which is going to be to apply mascara. For that, I'm using my Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. And this is a tubing mascara. It's the one that just works for me, because any other mascaras that I use, somehow they end up on my cheeks, under my eyes, making me look like I have raccoon eyes. A tubing mascara doesn't do that. A tubing mascara just tubes each eyelash individually. So you'll never have that darkness under your eyes from your mascara. What you will have, if you get wet and you rub your eyes, or if you start crying for any reason, you'll have little tubes in the form of your eyelashes coming down on your face, which I rather look like my eyelashes are falling out than having big black stains under my eyes. And this mascara does a pretty good job. There we go. If you got mascara on your eyelids or under your eyes like I just did, don't worry about it. Just go in with, let it dry completely. Don't try to use a Q-tip or your finger or anything to try to clean it, because if it's still wet, you'll just smudge it and make it worse. But once it dries, since mascara wasn't made to stay on the skin, mascara was made to be on your eyelashes, you could just brush it away with a brush and it'll completely come off. See, just like that. Do I have any on this side? No. And final step is going to be to apply lipstick. Using from Charlotte Tilbury, I'm going to be using Pillow Talk. This is the Lip Cheat Pillow Talk. I'm going to top it off with the Buxom lip gloss in Dolly. So this is the final look, and I really like the way it turned out. I think these colors are stunning. And I hope this video was helpful to you. If you do try this look at home or just try these steps at home and it was useful to you, I'd like to know how it turned out. And thank you for watching. Until the next time, bye.